Yeah, hi, it's the 5th of April 2018 at 9 a.m. In human history, we've evolved. People have evolved from, living in trees and crawling around the ground, picking nits off our body, to being what we are today. At the same time, our counterpart animals, have remained pretty much the same. They're still doing what they were doing thousands of years ago. And what we do as humans is we adapt and develop and change and evolve and move with things, and we solve problems basically, and this is what we're faced with today. Yeah, things are evolving and possibly evolving the way we don't like it, with feminism and what have you. So men essentially are faced with a bit of a dilemma. We have to try and figure out how we keep living and keep moving forward. And there are problems to be solved. The whole point of my channel is so you guys can just watch how one particular guy is trying to solve the problems as he sees it. All right? I'm not saying that my way is the right way or the only way. It's just my way. I'm going my way. And you guys can have a look at it. You can laugh at it. And if you follow it, well, yeah, you can see the trials and tribulations, and there are quite a few, let me assure you, and some of the funny things that happen along the way. But that's kind of the point of it. Plus, it's a bit of a feel-good channel. That's what I like to try and cheer people up a bit, and it also helps me get out what I'm thinking inside. I've got somebody to talk to. And not just sit here talking to the walls, because they're more than likely going to come and take me away if I did that. Yeah, so what seems to be happening in my life is I can't fit with Western society anymore. I've got no end of guys here saying have nothing to do with women, and what they're really suggesting without saying it is, yeah, you should go and get a job in a company and work in a feminized corporation under women. That'll be much better than actually, finding a woman to do business with and stand there, and be, and look for equality and that sort of thing, which is what I'm doing, actually. If you followed the vids and those of you who do know that's the case. I get comments from a lot of guys, I think just, hear me, woman, cuck. It's tedious, but well, that happens. But yeah, so the progress to date is I'm trying to set up some sort of just a simple, what I'd call a simple business, where it's an online business, lonely guys in the West or old guys particularly, just guys on their own, might want to socialise with a woman occasionally. So I'm trying to set it up into Asia, into the Philippines, all right? And it's a pretty simple idea. I was surprised, most Australian guys can't figure out how you can have a drink online. That was a bit of a shock, and the women have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, the Filipino women. So, I mean, they really aren't much past, don't you want to see my tits and pussy and ass? And I'm sort of trying to say, no, well, typically what we do is we go to a bar for company, or we go to a party or something like that, and we socialise, we talk and have a drink. Yeah, you might have sex occasionally, or after something, but yeah, no, we don't sort of, not all guys want to sort of, you want to go down the back and, show us your undies. It's not that way at all. But that's where the internet's up to, that's where it started off, and it's, it's still there, unfortunately, it just hasn't risen above the sex level. Oh my God, we're in secret, we can do anything we want. It got old years ago with me. Yeah, but so what's happening with me is I'm looking for an opportunity where I can also solve the problems of I need to be able to get things on my terms, so I can't just, if a relationship finishes, I still keep ownership in a business. That's what happened to me last time. I just had to walk away from the whole thing. It just wasn't going to work. So I'm sort of setting it up differently. I've learned, I'm an entrepreneur, and we learn from our mistakes. And I made mistakes. And I'm not surprised I made a lot of them, because, when you're, as an entrepreneur, you're fiddling around in the dark, particularly when you're young. You've got no idea where you're going or what you're doing. You're just moving with the times and trying to work with what's available to you. Yeah, so looking back on it, yeah, I probably made a lot of mistakes. The business, I wanted to expand, and it was too complicated. It was too hard to do. This is a much simpler concept. It can be, you can actually teach people how to socialise, or the women how to socialise with guys, what they want to some extent. But there are still problems. I'm here in Australia and I'm trying to deal into Asia. So how do I do that? It's not like I've got to, this is a people-orientated business. It's not like a website, where you're selling product. I'll do that as well. But this involves people, so I need links. Okay, so the people what sort of people come on, what sort of Asians come on online? Well, typically women, for one reason or another. Not many men. I don't meet many Asian men. Although I have lately in Flora's room with the speaking English, where she's helping them learn English. So yeah, I've met a few there, but that's the first time. Typically our first exposure is with the women. So, but I mean that doesn't bother me. I don't. I find them quite a pleasure to deal with, quite pleasant to deal with, intelligent. Not all. I've met a lot of scammers and a lot of dreamers and a lot of, the wrong sorts of people. And AEB, as much as I love her, yeah, she's very infuriating to try and do anything with, because, she couldn't get her mind off pussy. And I think really all she ever wanted was have a baby and sort of cement some sort of deal with some sort of Western guy, so that she can get the bills paid. Yeah, which would support mgtow's view of women. Yeah, and there are a lot of them like that. There's no doubt about it. There's a hell of a lot of them like that. But, they're not all the same. And you guys aren't all the same. So I've sort of, as time, and I haven't rushed into it, as was suggested by, my male neighbours here. Oh, you're going to get another one? You're going to go again? I think, no, mate, I've just come out of a 30-year marriage. I need a bit of time to sort of sort things out and think things through. And it takes a long while. The idea of having anything to do with a woman 5 years ago was abhorrent. I can tell you that. Same as, But then as time goes on, you think, okay, so what are we going to do? How am I going to progress? So, yeah, my attitude to relationships has changed. My attitude to business has changed. My attitude to trust has changed. A lot of things have changed, and I'm adapting and changing. Doesn't mean to say I become a completely negative person. And what's happened is now that AB's gone, which is a good thing, I think, because it was I was having no luck with her. I was getting nowhere. It's just, you can just sense that a person's heart's not it. So Flora's shown an interest, and she's going back to the Philippines in June. So I might send my beer kit up to her. At least I'm confident that it will arrive and she'll actually do something with it. And she doesn't drink. But she said, yeah, we'll give it a test run. Yeah, so I said, yeah, we can make the alcohol levels as low as you like, and then we'll work out what Australian men might, how to have a conversation, because we've got communication problems basically. But then she can organise at that end. So she, if you like, she sells it to the women in the Philippines. She works out. We work together and we shape the business up in a way that she can sell it and feels comfortable selling it, and it's profitable enough for them and that sort of thing. So she's going to take care of the Filipino end of things. I'll take care of the Australian end of things. I'll figure out, plus the web page and that sort of thing. And I'm really quite looking forward to working with her. It's a very, it's a win-win relationship, and it's very equal. I treat her as an equal. But yeah, she has, she was telling me, no, I'd like that change and this change. Yep, not a problem. I'll make those changes. She knows what it's like on the ground there, and so long as that sort of mirrors with or fits with what I'm doing here. And I didn't want to do a sex site. I really wanted a socialisation site. I said the idea of the site came from when I was in the depths of it, about 2 years into separation. I was feeling very low. I was mgtow, having nothing to do with women, but I wanted a bit of normality. I actually wanted to have Sunday lunch. I would have been quite happy to have it with a family, okay? Just sit here, have a bottle of wine, and a roast meal or something to make me feel a bit normal. but I couldn't find it. All I could think is, you want to see my, all I could find was, do you want to see my tits or my pussy? Or how about tits and pussy? That'll cost you $20. And it's like, yeah, when you're in that state of mind, you don't want sex. Okay, it's just of no interest at all. But yeah, I wanted normality. I just wanted to feel part of, a bit of a part of a family, actually. But it never did happen. I could never get there. And I'd tell people, I go, what do you want that for? People do crazy things online. Online is really no different from offline. It'd be like saying, why do you want to have Sunday lunch? That's stupid. Why would you want to sit down with a group of people and enjoy a nice meal and a nice bottle of wine? That's how fucking stupid is that? And this is the sort of attitude that people have. But really, it's no different from being offline. It's the same thing. It's just an emotional experience. It's the excitement of having your first drink, or having your first bite of it, and you're doing it together, and it's you're having a laugh and what have you. Yeah. So that's the idea of it. And Flora's starting to show an interest in it, and I think it'll work. And she's good. I don't think she'll put too much. She won't overwork it, but she'll just chip along, and she'll have her reservations. Tell me what her reservations are, and I've grown to respect her. Yeah, will she shaft me? I don't know. God, who knows? I might get run over by a bus this afternoon. I don't know what the future holds. Okay, but if I don't take a risk, then if humans didn't take a risk, we'd still be crawling around in trees. Okay, it's about risk taking, and it's about adapting, and it's about making mistakes. It's all of those things. It's finding new ways. Yeah, so you can lock yourselves up and do whatever, or have nothing to do with women or whatever, and then go and work in a job where you're basically being dictated to by feminists or feminist principles, because it'll be permeating business more and more and more and more. Yeah, so I don't want that. I'm unapologetic about it. I'm not a we person. I don't belong to any group. Yeah, mgtow, yeah, we hang together. But I don't feel like, we do. I got a comment this morning, we don't want that. Well, I'm not a feminist. Feminists are we people. They're a group of people who, no, we want this, it's like a union. No, I'm not in a union. I stand alone. And I want a woman who will stand alone. And that, and that's what, she takes a risk, I take a risk. She's got a view, I've got a view. We don't argue and fight, we actually learn to just discuss it and come out with some sort of resolution. Yeah, that's possible. I've done that with Flora. We do it quite well. And I refuse to argue. That's the last thing I want, okay, in this world, is wasting another minute in futile, stupid argument. Yeah, so we've learnt not to do that. We can get along quite well and work out things quite well between us, and that'll do me fine, thanks very much. And the best thing about this is I can do it from Australia. I already know that if I was to live there, and say live there with her, we would need 25,000 pesos a month. That's her guess. Okay, that's for basic living. All right. Which is about 650 a month, I think, something like that. It might be a bit more. I can't remember. 25,000 pesos at around about US, it'd be 35 pesos to the dollar, is it? Yeah. But it's 10,000 a year would be, to give us a few meals out and that sort of thing as well. Trips away and that sort of stuff. $10,000 for both of us, living in a family. With her daughters and her. Yeah, 10,000 a year. Yeah. So my plan is, to build it to around that level, if we can get there, but whatever my businesses are. This is before I go there. From here, build it to that level, and then plus a bit, so there's room for, I've got extra money for expansion and for growth, and then move there. Okay, so that I can. It's actually good because I can. Right, I know the cost, and I can live there cheaply. I can live basically online, from income online. I don't think 10,000 should be that hard to achieve, in all honesty, per annum. Yeah, and then plus a bit, so that I can go there, we can live together, right, and build the business from there. That'll keep her happy. It'll keep me happy, or happier. And then with the extra, with the surplus, yeah, we can build it from there. But I'm telling you all of this for those of you who are looking for options for a new way of thinking, a new way of going. I'm not telling you it's the only way or the best way or anything else like that. It's just my way. Okay? It's I'm going my own way. I'm not going back into a corporation and getting another Australian girlfriend or wife or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it my way. That's how I see going my own way. Okay? I'm not part of this group of unionised guys who, are up against this unionised group of women, feminists, and the feminists are going their way, and us guys are going, no, fuck that. I'm me, standing here by myself, going my particular way. And so you can say whatever you fucking like, I don't care. It really just doesn't even interest me. But I want to share it with those guys who, could be older and might be thinking, yeah, fuck this, I don't want to rot away here doing nothing. I wouldn't mind a business. I wouldn't mind doing whatever. Yeah, so you just watch what I do, and if it fucks up, it fucks up. You can see where I fucked it up, or why I'm fucking it up, or what's wrong with my ideas, or anything else like that. You know what I mean? It's sort of, it's like that. I just wish some of the other guys who are telling me what I shouldn't be doing actually get up on cam and tell me what they're doing. Actually, what they are doing. Are they working for women? Are they working with women? Do they live with their mother, for example? Yeah, it's. I think that would be honest. What they are personally doing, not what mgtow, this vague group of men are doing, like feminists, what feminists are doing, that group of women. Fuck the groups. Be a man, stand on your own 2 feet, get on cam and tell me what you're doing. I think that's what men are. Okay? We stand and yep, we adapt, we change, we solve problems. Yep. And there are problems out there to be solved. Have I got the right solutions? Who fucking knows? But I just keep going. Anyway, it's been good talking to you. Bye.